Yes, we're live. All right, everybody. Hello and welcome for the seventh time on our 7 webinar series with Sergiu Kazak, founder of Personizely. My name is Jakub. I'm CMO of PitchGround. I'll be hosting this webinar, and today we are talking about 9 website personalization growth hacks to improve your conversions. I asked Sergiu to prepare all the stuff for this webinar, and he prepared 9 topics which are really what you call grow hacks, because we're gonna talk about stuff, for example, which I don't understand, and I cannot just wait to see what is Sergiu going to say. Just a little sneak peek. Weather-based targeting. What the hell is this? And that's something we'll discuss in an 8th topic of today's webinar. So as usual, if you have any questions, feel free to type them below this video, or if you're on a Zoom, just use the chat or question feature here in Zoom, and we'll be answering them throughout the webinar. So you don't need to ask them multiple times. I see them all, and I will answer them. Don't worry about it. And if you still haven't grabbed your Personalizing license, you can still do it. There is still time, 11 days, and I believe that this webinar will actually help you to make the decision, because it's actually a no-brainer. So now, without further ado, Sergiu, let's jump into the first growth hack of 9 website personalization growth hacks to improve your conversions. So it's yours.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for having me, and thanks for watching. So today we have a lot of topics, so I'm going to try and make them as short as possible, but I'm going to try to give you as much information as I can. So all of these hacks are just little tricks and little things that you can do in Personalizely and like generally on your website to increase your growth, increase your conversions. That's what we actually do. So what I'm going to start with is actually something that I was showing to yesterday, but today I'm going to expand a little bit on that. So the first thing I'm going to be showing you is navigate like behavior-based targeting, which I was talking about yesterday. But I'm going to show you how you can like increase your website or e-commerce engagement based on people's navigation history. So, for example, in this first use case, I'm going to show you how to change your homepage based on the categories that some specific visitor has visited. So I'm going to share my screen right now. One moment. I think my screen is live.
Yeah, your screen is live. I can see it.
So as usual, I'm just going to go and create a target for the beginning. So target, as I said again, is just a way to segment and to segment your visitors. I'm going to call this target, let's say laptop visitors. So what I want to set up is a target for people who visited the laptop category for, let's say, 5 times. So let's choose a visits history filter, and let's choose. So for example, if you on your website have a URL of this structure, and we use an asterisk here, so it means that any page that start with category laptops is included in this target. And let's say we target a person who visited more this page, like pages of this type, more than 5 times. And we can even choose total duration of this. So let's say we want him to spend more than 60 or more seconds on these pages. So this means that he really looked into some laptop specifications. So it means that he's really interested. So he's pretty hot about this topic. So you can sell him something laptop related. So when this customer goes to your homepage, you don't want to show him something generic, but what you want to show him is something laptop related. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a personalization. I'm going to use our demo store. I'm going to run it on the home page. What I'm going to do is I'm going to personalize our banner to match this visitor's interest. So for the laptop visitors, I'm going to show a laptop H1, like a laptop headline. And we can even use a placeholder here. So we did this, and I'm going to even change the image so it's really appealing. I have one here. One moment. So we're going to go like this. And we have a laptop here. So what I did, I just changed the homepage of my e-commerce store to show something relevant to the visitor who visits it. So if somebody is visiting, like looking a lot for laptops, and he somehow lands on the homepage, and you know he is really interested in laptops, you want to show him something relevant. If you have a call to action in a banner, you could also personalize it as well, so he goes to the laptops category. You could also, of course, personalize any elements on your website. And what I also did is I used the placeholder, which is saying, which is replacing with the country name of this visitor, which is taken from the IP address of this visitor. So, for example, what Jakub is going to see, he's going to see best prices for laptops in Czech, I think. And I would see best prices for laptops in Moldova. And this is a really interesting way of targeting, of personalizing visitors based on their like behavior on your website, on the categories they did see. So it's something I added on yesterday, and I wanted to continue on that. That's the first hack. Are there any questions?
So far, I don't see any questions. But guys, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. What Sergio just shown you is basically how to personalize the website based on the navigation history. So if somebody is really engaged, you will show them something different on the homepage. So that's pretty interesting. So I think we can continue to the hack number 2, which is increasing blog engagement with on-site retargeting.
Yeah, so the next one is actually something widget related. We are not going to talk so much about widgets today, but it's something I wanted to show because I didn't cover it in any previous webinars.
Sergio, before you'll continue, what's the URL so we can see it live of the page you were changing?
Actually, I was changing our demo store page, but you wouldn't see it live now because it's actually on a different domain. So
okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, let's continue.
No, actually, if you really want to see a personalization of our demo store, you can open this Personalizely test myshopify.com from mobile, and you can open it up from desktop, and you're going to see different websites. So it's an example. So, and for the next topic, yes, I'm going to talk about blog retargeting. So, very often you have a good SEO article, or like a good blog article, which works good with your SEO, and you have a lot of traffic to it, and you'll just somehow lose your visitors just right there. So they just don't go and to read something else, and they just don't go and to find out more about your product. So what I wanted to show is how can I create a small widget, a small callout widget, which is going to encourage your visitors to continue to read on your blog. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a callout widget. It's the one in the corner. And I'm going to use a template we actually have especially for this. So it's called blog retargeting, and it's created just for this. I'm going to make it at page scroll. So it means that the person consumed a certain % of content in your blog page. So we're going to make it, let's say, 85. It depends on your website, but for us, I think it was somewhere around the comment section. And we go next. We say blog retargeting. We create it. And as you can see, what we did is we created a pop-up. Actually, you can see that the text is already ready because it's from the template. So the template says, it's a title of another article that might be related with a blog article you already, that this visitor is already reading, and the same goes for the call to action. So basically, you are just trying to engage with the customer and try to motivate him to read more on your blog, or maybe here you can retarget him, or at some point you want to retarget him to your site, like to your SaaS or maybe product homepage. Also, to make it to make it have sense, what I'm going to do, I'm going to specify page targeting in display options. So I'm going to make it show only for this specific blog post. I'm going to select blog, and let's say I have blog about conversion rate stats. So this article is only going to show on this page. I can actually include more pages. So let's say you want to show the same widget on the conversion rate stats, and maybe you want to show it on e-commerce conversion average blog. So you have two blog articles and you want to show this on both of them. So that's a way to do it. And we go to preview and we see how it looks. So basically, people reading up to 85% of the page, like up until the end of the article, are gonna be like engaged to try and try to engage them to read the next piece of content that you offer them. That's mostly all for this topic. Any questions, Jakub, or maybe anyone watching?
We have one question. I'm not sure if you can answer it, but the question is, can we get a WordPress plugin built to automate this?
That's an interesting question. We should think about it. I'm not sure I can answer this now, but this sounds interesting. So yeah, we'll think about it.
Is there a way how people can add it into your roadmap, maybe suggest it as a future feature?
Yeah, so you can go to the PitchGround group, and I think that one of the last posts I have our roadmap in Trello, so you can go and suggest your ideas, and we are going to discuss them and see what we can do. We hope to.
So guys, if you have any ideas you want to implement or the Personalizely team, just go to PitchGround group and find the Trello link, which is like the public roadmap, and you can suggest your ideas there, and maybe they will implement them.
We'll try.
All right. So this was hack number 2. So I think we can continue to hack number 3, which is a different messaging and images based on the country.
Yeah. So what I want to show now, so I'm going to show a pretty basic example, but different businesses can use it in a very strong way. I actually talked to one of our already customers just today, which is going to use this feature really, really well, and we're going to try and implement it. It's one of the PitchGround customers, so I'm happy to help him do this. So what we're going to do is, yes, we are going to create a few targets, each of them targeted at different countries. So different countries with different audiences in different countries, you want to have maybe different messaging, maybe different greeting, maybe even different images based on what they might need. Maybe you want, if you have a food delivery company, you want to show pasta to Italians and maybe, I don't know, burgers to Germans. I'm sorry for the cliche, but
yeah, stereotypes.
yeah, the stereotypes, but it's good for examples like this.
Of course,
so,
yeah. Let's beat Americans with their burgers. No, I'm just kidding. Come on, let's.
But for 4th of July yesterday, so. So, yes, I'm gonna choose Italy here. So I'm gonna create a target targeting people from Italy. It's easy as that. You can actually target by region, country, and city. So the city targeting is not very precise. So in 95% of the cases, you're going to get a good result. Other cases, it's really different because people travel by 3G, 4G, 5G networks. But the best is a region and the country level targeting. So I'm going to create the Italy targeting. I'm going to create Moldova targeting. Moldovans. So it's my hometown. I'm going to create location. Let's search for Moldova. This is the one. And we're going to create one for United States. Sorry, Jakob, didn't include Czech. Okay, North America, United States, save. So what I want to do, I'm going to use our demo website again, just to show you a little sneak peek. So let's say personalized greeting. We're going to use this one. What I want to do is I want to change this text, this one, to match the language of the person. So we're going to Italian. We're going to choose Italians. We're going to say ciao. First name, if we have it, it depends if they have opted in. And you're going to ciao amici. One.
Do you speak Italian?
I've been to Italy 1 month ago, and I've learned a lot of.
Okay.
I'm just flexing a little bit. Let's make it Moldovan. And we're gonna choose Moldovans, and I'm gonna say salut. I'm gonna use the same again. Actually, I should have copied it. Visitor. First name, which means friend. And this is a Moldovan one. And I'm going to create one for the US, but actually it's already allocated with an iPhone. Right? So I'm going to say English. I'm going to edit this and say, hey, visitor, first name, or friend. Fine. So what we have here, we have three variations for three different countries, greeting visitors in their specific language. And also if one of these visitors is coming from your email list, he's going to see his name, if you have it there, or if they opted in previously, you can greet them by their name. So actually you can change a lot of things on the websites, like the greeting is a basic example. It depends on your business. If your business has, as I said, if you have some delivery stuff or which changes based on your location, you can use this really, really well. So that's why I encourage you to do it, because it's one of the most popular things, and it's really easy to detect the geographical location based on IP. So it's a really valuable information. It's an information you should definitely use. It's one of the things you could start with Personalizing.
All right. So for those of you who just joining, because I see a lot of people are joining us on Facebook, we just discussed how you can personalize your landing page or basically any page on your website based on the customer country, and you can use their first name, and you can use or you can use like a fallback friend, amici, or priester.
Okay,
all right. So I think we can continue to the next hack, and the next hack is website/landing page optimization by operating system.
Yep. So here's an interesting thing I want to show you. So an example I'm going to use is if you have maybe an Android or iOS app. So if you have a mobile app landing page, and you can personalize this very well too. So for this example, I'm going to use two targets. The first target is going to be for the Android users. I create the target. I'm choosing the operating system, and I'm going to choose Android. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to create one for iOS. So let's say iOS users, and I'm going to choose operating system, iOS. We have plenty of them here, but I think these two are around 90% of the market. So for this specific example, I'm going to use the Calm Up. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know about it. I'm going to use the Calm Up website. I'm going to try to personalize the homepage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on and create a personalization. Say Calm Up homepage. I'm going to make it run only on the home URL. And what I want to do is, based on the operating system, I want to motivate people to like choose this app, to install this app more. So, for example, if someone's visiting from Android, you want to show him something related to Android, and if someone is visiting from Apple, from iOS device, you want to motivate him in a different way. So I'm going to select this text. I'm going to select the image. So it's going to be an example with an image. I'm going to create a variation, and I'm going to call this one Android variation. I'm going to select the target Android users. I'm going to edit it, and what I'm going to do, I want to do the image first of all. I'm going to do the image. I'm going to upload. I have one downloaded. I just have to find it. Prepared for me by Damian. So what I did here is I changed the image to be matching the Android device. So as you see here, it says top 5 most selling app on Google Play. I'm gonna say here top 5 most selling app on Google Play. So we have the Android variation. We're gonna create a new one. As you can see, this says Apple App of the Year. That's the default text they had on their website. And we're gonna say iOS. We're gonna choose the iOS target. We're gonna say the #1 app on Apple App Store. So this way, as you can see, we have two different variations for the Android. Oh, actually, I think I didn't save it. So we have, I removed it accidentally. So, so I'm gonna go right away, real quick, and change it. Okay, so we have this one, insert, and yes, we have it again. So the top 5 most selling app on Android, something like this. So as you can see, right now we have a personalized hero image and hero title for people coming from the Android operating system. It's saying the top 5 most selling app. Whatever you have to say about, you can even try to like personalize your call to action to say go to App Store, install it, and as you can see, like the default image was for Apple, and you can actually do it for most of the operating systems, but it really depends on what is your target audience. So for the Calm Up, I think it's Google Play and App Store users.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good example of how you could use operating system targeting. Can help in some of
That's smart. I can actually imagine that this is like super useful, especially for apps, right?
Yeah,
I think for apps, it can be a killer, because I think if I'm on Android, I really don't want to see pictures from iOS, especially if it's a paid app. So yeah, I think this can literally increase conversions a lot.
Yeah, really.
All right, so this was a website and landing page optimization by operating system. So we are in the second half now, are we? Yeah, with fifth, personalizing call to action by the time of the day. This sounds weird, and I cannot I cannot wait to see what it does by the time of the day. Good morning.
Yep. No, actually, that would be a pretty basic one, but this one is actually something I've seen someone do. So it's a quite interesting one. For this one, I'm going to use our homepage, our own call to action. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to personalize it in a way to change based on the time of the visitors, like from the visitor's computer. So I'm going to create a target, which is going to say, daytime visitors. So let's say better work hours visitors. So I'm going to choose visitors time filter, and I'm going to say between 9 o'clock and 18 o'clock. I'm going to, why can I say it? I think it's a problem. Let's choose, okay, and the first visit is now, okay. And this is the target where what we're targeting is, we're targeting visitors who are coming at the time when your sales team is working. So what we want to do is we want to personalize a call to action. And for example, you have a call to action which says, request a call just right now, and you're going to receive it in like 10 seconds. And you don't want to have this same call to action when it's night and your sales team is not working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to personalization. I'm going to create a sales team personalization. I'm going to make it on the home page of Personalizing for this example. I'm going to go to this one, for example, for this. What I'm going to do, create a variation. I'm going to choose the work hours visitors. It's going to be like the default one. I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to say, get a call in 30 seconds. Request it now. So what did I just do? I made the call to action really work only when visitors visit the website when it's daytime. So it's really important to have a relevant call to action, because if people visit at night and they really request a call and you are not calling them back, you're really breaking the user experience. And you can also create a default variation saying, let's say, contact us now, which is going to work when people are not visiting the website during the work hours. In this way, you are trying to get the maximum of your website. So if it's daytime, your sales team should be on alert, and if it's nighttime, you should just send something to your inbox and check. They can check it in the morning when they go to work. So it's another little hack which can help you if you have a sales team, or maybe a phone number which you receive calls and you want to talk to a customer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We have a question from Darren. Thanks for engaging, Darren, in the chat. So the question is, could this time function be used to add/remove a short code so that a bot is available when the site is closed, for example, in the evening?
It depends. I think you could remove, if you have a bot inserted through a shortcode, let's say WordPress, and it actually is inserted in a box, like in a div on your website, you can actually hide this box during some hours. Yes, you could definitely do if it's something inside your website. So it wouldn't work with something like Crisp or Intercom, but if it's something inside your website, I think it should work. Yes.
Makes sense. So yeah, it's if it's like a short code, then it should work.
Yep. We could look into that, but from
Okay.
what
Okay.
I understood, I think it should work. Yes, you can just select the block where it is and just hide it or remove it. Personalization.
All right. So this was a personalizing call to action by the time of the day, and we can continue to the sixth point, which is product recommendation based on the cart content.
Yeah. So like the next two topics are actually going to be Shopify related, because I've actually tried to avoid this topic for a lot through our webinars, because I want to show how strong Personalizely is without the Shopify integration. But maybe someone is really interested to see how Personalizely can help Shopify stores and what features we have built. It just happens so that we built a few features for Shopify. So what I want to show you is how you can use and show product recommendation just inside your website, like you see on Amazon or somewhere else, with your predefined rules. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create a widget, create a custom one. I'm going to create an embedded one because I want to embed it in the body of the website. Choose an empty template. I'm going to say cart recommendation. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose a product element. What I'm going to do now, so we have a dummy product. What I want to do is I want to create a rule set. So you can either choose what product you want exactly to show up in the widget, or you can create a rule set. So rule set is just a set of rules which define what products based on what you have in your cart are going to show up in the widget. So you can create like a limited number of rules. If you have like a store with under 100 products, it's pretty enough, I think, this functionality, so you know something is going better with something else. So for this example, I'm going to say, let's say someone who has an iPhone in his cart. We can offer him some AirPods, no, we're not going to offer him an iPhone. We can offer him a Beats pill, and silicone case, or a wireless charging pad. We are going to choose.
How did I find these products? Is it because of the integration with Shopify?
Yeah, in this case, yes. What I'm showing now is like purely for Shopify right now.
Okay.
Maybe in future we don't have a timeline. Maybe in future we'll make it work for different other CMSs. But right now it works for Shopify, and maybe in future we will try to replicate this functionality for WooCommerce or BigCommerce. So it's not on the timeline, but we really want to have this. It's more about like our priority right now. So in this case, what we're going to have, if someone has an Apple iPhone X in his cart, we're going to offer him AirPods, a Beats pill, an iPhone X silicone case, or a wireless charging pad. We're actually going to show only 3 products. So if he has one of them, we're going to still show 3 of them. And if he has all of them, we're not going to show the widget at all. So it's a way to show personalized recommendation just inside your website. And for this exact widget, I can go and select a position, and I have the cart placeholder. If someone doesn't remember what is a placeholder, is a code you generate in settings of Personizely, which you can insert in your HTML, and then later put as many widgets inside there. So for this one, I created a cart placeholder, and this widget is just going to go right there where I put it. So for this one, I named it cart, and I'm going to have 3 product recommendation based on what the visitor has in the cart. This is all for this topic. I'm going to go for the next one if nobody has questions.
So, I don't see any questions so far, so I think we can continue.
Yep.
So,
And yep.
all right, what you want to say?
No, go on. I want to continue, but if you have anything to
The topic number 7, we are almost in the end, is purchase. I'm not really sure if I understand it correctly. Maybe you could say it. I don't want to mess it up for you.
It's actually personalization based on purchase history. It's also a topic which
Okay.
only find out. So it's purchase history personalization. So what you can do, it's pretty similar to what I've done in the first topic, but in the first one, I've only personalized based on the visit history, which meant that I was trying to pursue this person to buy something that he was interested in. But for this one, what I want to do is, and that's something that our Personalized Shopify integration allows us, I'm going to try and show a relevant content to a visitor who already bought on this website and apparently just came back after some time maybe. And maybe I want to show him products from the same categories or maybe the same type of products that he bought for. So I'm going to go on and create a target. And I'm going to say, okay, buyers. Let's say I'm going to select order history. I'm going to say more than 0 orders. It's okay, containing any of the specified items. And we're going to say iPhone X. And let's call it iPhone X buyers. So what we might want to do, we want to personalize the website to show this exact visitors who buy an iPhone X. Over the time, we might want to show them personalization, which is gonna like sell them a new version of an iPhone. So let's say phone XS. Gonna use this one. So what we might want to do, we're gonna change this banner again. It's kind of hard. Okay, create a variation. I didn't click the element that I had to, so it's kind of hard with some templates. So create a variation, and I select the iPhone X buyers. So and I'm going to say iPhone XS potential buyers, and I'm going to say the new phone XS is here. So what I actually did here, you can actually, of course, change the image too, as I did in the previous. We can even find a photo of iPhone XS just to show you how it works. We do this one. Let's copy the URL just to show, which is going to be good, but okay, let's say looks pretty good. So what I did, I'm trying to offer something relevant to a returning visitor who has already bought something on my website, and I want to offer him something really relevant. So if somebody, let's say, bought some Adidas shoes and you have something new from Adidas shoes, you want to show this. If somebody bought a JavaScript course on your website, maybe you want to offer him some Python or Ruby course. If somebody bought some design services on your website, maybe you want to offer him some SEO services. So you might offer something related. And actually, this is now available for Shopify only, but actually using our targeting, you could, and visit click-based history, you can actually do these tricks on any website.
Okay. Guys, if you have any questions, of course, you can still ask, but I see no questions so far, but right now we are continuing to the maybe most, I don't know, surprising topic of this webinar, which is weather-based targeting. What is weather-based targeting, Sergio?
Yeah, so for the last two topics, actually, I'm not going to show it to you in Personalizely because both topics are something we are working on and we really want to have it in Personalizely. We have this on our roadmaps, so just keep tuned. But these are two things that we think could be very nice for your like websites or e-commerce stores or your businesses. So the first one is, as Jakob said, the weather-based targeting. So just for an example, let's go to an e-commerce website. Let's go to aces.com. So when we land to aces.com, what we see a guy and a shirt. So how could we personalize this based on weather? So let's say someone from London is visiting this website and it's raining, as usual in London, and it's raining. You don't want to show this person a photo of a guy in a shirt. You don't want to offer him like to promote a summer collection. Maybe you want to promote something more autumnish. You want to promote some jacket or something. So what we want to do, we want to create a weather-based targeting. So how it's going to work, it's going to take the IP address of this person. And based on this IP address, we're going to decide the location. And based on that location, we're going to find the weather. And based on that weather, you could offer a person, if it's cold, you can offer him a coat. If it's hot, you can offer him a shirt. If it's cool, you can offer him a jacket, and so on and so on. So you could create different variations of your homepage or any other page based on what weather is there for the location of that exact visitor. So that's something very exciting that we want to have on our roadmap, and we have it on our roadmap. We want to have it as our functionality. I think we're going to have it quite soon. Depends on some operational things, and stay tuned. And I think like e-commerce store could really use it, and it would be.
How did you come up with this idea? It's pretty out of box.
It's actually something I don't want to lie. It's something some big stores are really doing. You just don't notice it. It's
Okay.
actually very hot in Moldova, so it's why I see a shirt, I think. I'm not sure what you're going to see if it's raining. Yeah. So I think a lot of companies already do this, and I've read a lot about this. So it's something that would be cool to have personalized too. So
okay.
yes, that's this topic. I think it's quite exciting. Just stay tuned and wait until it's in Personalizing. Buy the Personalize now, and you're going to have it as a feature for the future, because all features are included.
Yeah, it's actually important to say. I'm actually glad that you are mentioning it, because if people will buy the license now, we will get all the features you are talking about in there in the roadmap as well, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So there are no limitations whatsoever. You just buy once and you're getting everything new. Even though the price will be increasing, you still paid your one-time fee and that's it. All right, so I think we can go to the last topic, but not least, which is a personalization based on the survey segmentation.
Yes, so this one is quite exciting because a lot of people get a lot of anonymous traffic to their website. So they know really, really little about their visitors. They only know the country, but that doesn't help them much. They know the referrer, but sometimes they don't have the referrer. They know the weather maybe, but for some businesses it doesn't matter. And maybe this is a new visitor and you don't have any visit history. And what you want to find out more about this visitor, but you don't really want to scare him away with an email form or something just too early. So what we are working on at Personalizely and what we want to have is we want to give you ability to create survey forms. You can actually create some of them right now Personalizely. I'm going to give you a little example of how you could do this. but we want to work on this more and to make them more appealing and better. And so just, okay, I'm just gonna create a call out one. So this way, when you have anonymous traffic on your website, you're gonna be able to segment your audience to find out more about them with simple surveys. So for this one, I'm going to create a very simple one. The UI is going to be different in future, but you should get the idea. So we're going to have I have the gender. So what we have here, we want to either please answer some questions. So just a simple example of how you could just find out the gender of the visitor, and based on that, maybe you can show him different personalization. If you have a clothing store, maybe you want to show him some different clothes collections, or maybe.
So this is basically for acquiring the data you can then later use in personalizing your website.
Yeah, definitely, and this data you can send in your email marketing system. You
That's
could use
smart.
it for any personalization. Yep.
Because you were like, since now you were just you needed to get the data somewhere else, right? Like in the email or some lead forms. But right now with this feature, you can do it actually on the website without any third-party software.
Yeah, definitely. So just right now, you can also do this with like forms and our custom field functionality. So you can create custom fields with options where people just choose, let's say, what are you interested in? And conversion rate optimization, SEO, or social media management. So maybe you want to ask your customers, what service do they want from your agency if you have an agency? And based on that, you can change the texts on your like on your pages, like the headlines, based on what they answered in their surveys.
We have a question from Somia. Can we offer something, for example, coupons, as a thank you for the survey?
Yeah, definitely. So right now, how it works, this is basically just a form, and you can just create a second step in this example. In the second step, we're going to have a coupon, and we just go and if this person answers this exact question, he's gonna go to the second step where he's gonna see our coupon. So it's quite simple. We actually are working on making it more progressive, more easy. So we want to have one-click form. So we want to achieve it without having the submit button. You just select what you have, and you are just, it's more like gamification. So you just like kind of play and you provoke people to give you more and more information about themselves, based on which you can show him different content, or maybe if you have his email, you can tag him or segment him in your email marketing system.
That's exciting, because honestly, when I was still thinking about like personalization, my biggest argument why not was, how should I get the data, right? Where I will get the data to personalize the website. But I can literally just give something as an incentive to acquire these data, and everybody is happy. Customer is happy, I'm happy, basically anyone, right? So I mean, this is a really killer feature.
Yeah, there are quite some examples. So, for example, if you have an agency and you want to get a little bit of information about your customer, you can say, let's say, hey, go for this survey, and you can not call it survey at all. You can just say, hey, what are you looking for? SMM, this and this, and he chooses, and then you can go just one step down, and based on what he answered, you can answer something else. And step by step, you can gather information about him. And in the end, you can offer him like a free analysis or a free report or a free anything, based on which you can ask an email from him because you're actually going to send some information to his email. So right now you have his contacts, you have everything he's interested in, and you can start working from then on. You can personalize the emails, and you can even contact knowing what.
I mean, you can be really creative. Are you there?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely be very creative and fun.
Are you there, Sergio?
Yep, you can assume.
Okay. I wanted to say that you can be really creative with all the incentives. For example, you can offer like free shipping. Answer these 3 questions, and shipping is on us, right? So it's super cool. I mean, this is really good.
Yeah, so you're winning in a few ways. So first of all, you're learning a lot about your audience. So you understand what your audience wants based on these answers. Because sometimes you're not sure, you're just assuming, but using this surveys, you understand what your customers want. And you can just show it like a little call out in the corner. Someone will fill it, someone will not. Some persons are really like open to sharing these surveys because maybe they are not pleased with something and they want to make it the website better. And the other thing is the fact that, as I said, you can personalize on this based on this later. And first is the fact that you can, when you're going to contact this person, if it's a bigger business, let's say you are contacting your leads directly, you already know a lot of information about them. So it's easier to start the dialogue.
I mean, only this is worth the money you are paying for the Personalized license, $59. Only this one single feature.
Yeah. And as I said, we're actually working on making it better. So in the coming months, you're going to see like total, like a whole module built around surveying, because I think it's something very important for personalization, like segmentation and personalization are things that should go really close. And stay tuned, and you're going to see that Personalizely is going to be very, very strong about this.
All right. So these were the 9 features, 9 website personalization growth hacks you can use with Personizely. And I'm quite sad because this was our last webinar and I had a great time interviewing you and exploring what Personizely can do for our businesses.
Yeah, it was an exciting time because while preparing all these topics, there were a lot of things that we already knew, but sometimes just digging deeper, we found out new ways of how I could use Personalizing. So I actually learned a lot myself. So and also because of the fact that these were my first webinars ever in my life, so I learned a lot. I hope I learned a lot to talk and to show my product. So I hope you found this quite useful. And if you have anything else in the future, I'm happy to make videos, make webinars, and just...
Yeah, if you have any questions, guys, about the Personizely, just ask in our PitchGround group or just add Sergio in friends. I mean, they're really active. So yeah, I think that's it. I will quickly share my screen now. Let me please know if you can see it. Do you see my screen? I think you should. Yeah. All right, so guys, basically, the PitchGround lifetime deal for Personizely is ending in 11 days, and you can still grab it. And the cheapest license is for $59, and you get a lot of features. For $59, you will get unlimited access to all the features, 50K unique impressions, 5 domains, and a lot of other stuff. You can just go to pitchground.com/Personizely and read it all. You can check my video I created. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, if you need more features, you can still buy more coupons. Or if you're an agency, the last coupon is the best one actually for you, and you can offer it to your clients and literally make a business on top of Personizely. So this is one-time offer. I think it won't be available again in the future, and you still have 11 days to buy it. So wait no more and literally go to pitchground.com/Personizely and grab your license right now. Guys, thanks a lot for joining. This was an amazing experience. thanks a lot, Sergio, for all the preparation and everything you put into, and thank you for creating this awesome product together with your co-founder Damian. It's actually a shame that he cannot join, but I mean, we did a pretty good job anyway.
Yeah, thanks you a lot, and you were great. You're a great interview. You give me confidence, so thanks a lot.
All right, thank you very much, guys. And as I said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the group, Sergio, or reach out to me. So have an awesome weekend. Bye.
Yeah, bye.